Hi everybody, welcome to Wool and Wine episode 21. I'm Tammy.
I'm Claudia.
I'm Janet.
And welcome back. And to our new viewers, we're happy to have you.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and we are located in Dayton, Ohio area, and we're just on the south suburbs in Bellbrook and filming.
Filming.
For recording.
He'll be so proud of you.
Bellbrook.
Well, with that, cheers to our viewers.
Cheers.
Wow, that's delicious. So for our episode today, we'll probably do it in our normal fashion where we talk about what we're wearing, our finishes, our works in progress, and if we've got dream knitting or maybe some acquisitions, which I'm looking, we do.
Yeah.
We'll save the acquisitions
Seems to be always
for
the
end.
case.
Yeah. And we always forget to say this, but if our content appeals to you, please like and subscribe. And the other thing is, our show notes are always going to be down below in that little drop down. So everything we talk about, the yarns, all the projects are all going to be in there. And if we happen to mention any particular company that we're doing things with, that will be mentioned in there as well with links. So, do you want to talk about what you're wearing?
Sure. Well, last week I showed it as a finished product. So today, or finished object, I should say. So today I decided to wear it for you because and it's perfect for this kind of weather.
It is.
And this is the First Snow by Pia Trans. And the yarn is Silk City Fibers Cotton Bamboo in light green and Malabrigo Cicero Paris Night. And
Wow.
there it is in all its glory, all finished.
So
Yes,
perfect.
looks so beautiful on
That
you.
is such a good fit. That is, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's gorgeous.
I love it. I do. I really love it.
Yeah, that is really great.
Yeah.
Looks so cute with your pants.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, my green. Because you said the other day they look good with green. So
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
does
even
look good
think
with
about
green.
it,
And they're
yeah.
kind of a green-gray, which
Yeah.
makes that blend in.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're so coordinated.
That's what we do.
And okay, so I did do a modification. The pattern basically outlined all the zigzags, and I decided I wanted to fill it in. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I really like the way it turned out. And I love this little detail. She's got some real interesting ways to do increases, and yeah.
That's gorgeous.
It's a
I
fun
love the way she did that at the top. That is
Yes,
just
isn't that
beautiful.
gorgeous?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that on anybody's, anything anywhere.
I haven't either.
It's really, really striking.
It is.
I think you notice that almost as fast as the color work
Yeah.
when you see, you know,
It kind of looks like lace, but it's not. You know,
it just looks like
interesting.
shaping. It's just
It
a
is.
really good shaping technique. So
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, she did a good job, and yeah, and it's perfect for this time of year. I love this yarn, the Silk City Fibers. I got on Amazon, by the way, and they still have some. So if you're interested, you could get it. But this yarn is very, very splitty. That's my only complaint about it is splitty, and it's very slippery. So I wove my ends in. I actually separated the strands and tied them because I wasn't sure it wasn't going to come out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a really good plan when it's slippery yarn like
it's
that.
very slippery. Yeah.
I mean, we say do not tie knots in your knitting.
But in this case,
In this case, you do. Yeah. I have a couple of things here that I'm tying knots into because I think they're going to be machine washable.
oh,
You know, with it 100% linen or cotton.
nice.
So
yeah.
yeah, I broke my own cardinal rule: no knots.
Oh, well, sometimes you have to be flexible.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do what's right.
Yeah. So what are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Anchor Summer Shirt by Petite Knit.
That is so pretty. Of course, I love the color. And it looks
It's
so
showing
good.
very accurate too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
And it's just, yeah, I like it too. It's
Yeah,
a fun sweater.
Yeah.
it is a fun sweater.
I'm using the Cascade Ultra Pima cotton for this, and it's in the colorway Syrah.
Surprise!
Does it match?
Cheers.
Yeah. It actually does match. They did a good job.
And I really like this yarn a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I mean, it may pill just a little bit, but I mean, I've wore this several times and it really, I don't think I've ever gleaned it. It looks really good.
Yeah.
It does.
So, one of my dream knittings is making one of these exact sweaters for my sister.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
With the same yarn. She
Marcia
really
would
loves
look good
it.
in that,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
she wanted hers a little bit, I think a little longer or something. So, anyway.
The stitch definition with that yarn is really good.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great sweater. Because I think we've all made one, and I love wearing it. It just fits so nicely, and it.
The way the increases are, however your shoulders are shaped, it just falls nicely.
It does.
Right,
It really is nice.
right.
Yeah.
And that cotton yarn
So-
is really kind of heavy, so it makes it drape,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Is
it
yours
does.
on the cotton?
No, mine is. It's Rowan. I think cotton lana or something like that.
Catalana, yeah.
Yeah, it's cotton and linen. I think. Cotton. Maybe it's cotton.
Cotton, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, but
Wow.
I'm not sure.
So I recommend this pattern. I don't think I made any major changes to the pattern. Pretty much did it as is.
Yeah, just knit it to the length you want.
So, right.
Yeah, winner. All right, so I am wearing the Ranunculus by Midori Hirose. And this is one of many. I love this. And I have to tell you, I actually copied Marilisa from Girl Meets Yarn. She had one on like this, and I knew it was gold and black, and I actually did this in Arrowhead Fibers Basic Sock in Slate for the collar, the cuffs, and the bottom, and then the Knit Picks Aloft is the fluff on top of a solid gold color that is Knit Picks Gloss Fingering and the colorway Harvest. So you can probably tell, I mean, I'm sure you can see the fluff, but I love it. I think it's really, really great. And today this will be my Ranunculus episode. So you'll see more of that.
Yeah.
So do you have a finish?
I do. I'm so excited too. So I have, oops, the Grace Notes Pullover by Hobbii Locatelli. And I knit it in Rowan Island Blend colorway lemon, size 48. And here it is. I tell you what, see if I can get close so you can see the details a little bit. This is such a beautiful
It is a beautiful
sweater. And the yarn, I love, love, love the yarn. And I can't say anything bad about it. I did though. I did, because she only had me, I was only supposed to go like 6 inches for the sleeve here. And so I made it 7.5 because
Oh, right.
I got arms, you know. She must have little small
She
arms.
is very thin. Her
Yeah.
arms are very, very thin.
Yeah, so I had to customize it for myself. So,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't let that hold you up if you want to make this one. But Yeah.
Well, it's easy
Oh,
enough.
and here's the back too. The back has the cables as well on both sides, and they just wrap around the top to the front.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That is just beautiful. And that yarn feels so nice.
Oh my gosh.
It does
Blocked
feel
out
nice.
so nice.
So talk a minute about how you did this. So you cast on for the back and you knit down to where you wanted your sleeves to join.
Right.
And then you picked up for the front. And did whatever her pattern was.
Right, and then you had to do the same length.
Okay, so that's where she decided for that distance
Yeah.
to give her enough.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're working the cables and increases here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not difficult to adjust that.
No, not at
even
all.
a little bit.
No.
But what you want to do is when it's a drop shoulder like that, you know, and the shoulder's dropping down to here, you don't necessarily need your highest arm measurement. You need the measurement where that's going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost lay it over your shoulders and see where that is going to land and measure your arm at that point and then give yourself some ease.
Yeah, because this goes out to
It's almost to where your short sleeve is on this one
so-
before it even starts. Yeah.
I know when I worked on mine, I thought I was going to have to rip the whole thing out
I know
because
you did.
it was too small,
That
and
was
it was
scary.
just the sleeve. So it was a matter of just knitting all of that longer so it would fit good around my arm.
Yeah.
That you did
And
rip
so-
back some of the back, didn't you, and add on to it before?
I did.
Yeah, I thought-
Yes.
Yeah.
or not rip
I had
back,
to
you
add-
just put it back on
I
your
had
needle.
to do. Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Pick
back
it up
on,
and add.
Pick
Yeah.
it up and add on the front and back, and then it was fine. But it was just the arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard other people say that with some of her patterns that with her drop shoulders specifically, they've got really skinny sleeves. Like that gorgeous new one that she did that's the fade with the lace.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's one of her more recent ones. It's very boxy. And she intends like 20 inches or something of positive ease. But it looks like the arms, they look like
Oh, right.
little...
Was that called a box? It's not the.
It's not the boxy, no. Well, I mean, it's got lace in it, though. I know
the
that.
boxy I don't think has lace, does it?
No, this one
No.
is, it has bands of lace, and I think she did hers as a fade, and it was just gorgeous.
I bet.
Or maybe others did it as a fade, but either way. So, do you have any finishes?
I do, and I'm so happy about it. It's just turned out beautiful. It's the Throwover by Andrea Mowry.
I know.
So good.
Oh my.
And here it is.
That is so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be anxious to wear it sometime. Not for a little while though, since it's getting warm out.
That is
But,
beautiful.
It fits. The fit on this is just perfect. I couldn't ask for a better fit.
Yeah.
So gorgeous.
It just really turned out really well.
That looks
and I'm
so toasty
really
warm.
happy
Yeah.
with it. So
The color work is beautiful.
Yeah.
thank you. I'm tickled with it. Just tickled.
Now she has other color work she wants to do.
Right, right. So, okay, so the yarns I used for this are the Bahram U Winterburn Aran in the colorway Muck on this. And in the last, I think it's the last episode or two, I had this incorrect. Okay, so this is the Yarn Hero Fiber Arts, and this is the merge worsted, and the colorway on this is Coastal. I had this incorrect as I had it as Celestial, and I even had it in my Ravelry as Celestial, and they used to have a colorway Celestial that they no longer have. And one of our one of our viewers
Recognized it?
recognized that she wanted to get some of this exact yarn, and she said, "Are you sure it can't be celestial? Could it be coastal?" And yes, colorway is coastal, not celestial. They do not have that colorway
We are fallible.
anymore. So
We're
I
not
made
perfect.
the change in Ravelry, and clearly says on my yarn that that's what this is. So if you'd like to get this beautiful yarn, it is called Coastal.
Right. And we're not
Yarn
sponsored.
Hero.
No, we're
Right,
not
not
sponsored at all.
sponsored.
We buy all of our own yarn.
So
Okay. So I have a finish, and it is the Tolsta by Rebecca Clow. And this was in my dream knitting last time. And so I got it done, and I have a tale of woe. So here it is.
Oh, isn't
Look how
that
cute.
beautiful? The yarn's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. So my little label. I don't know if you noticed the neckline. Let me get up here so you can actually see. I added 2 rows of this pearl color in the neckline and on the sleeves. So I had some, this was Uru Yarns Cotton Basic in the colorway Hustle. And here's sorry, I do have a label for that. This was from Knit Crate, and it's no longer available, darn it. This is 100% organic Pima cotton, and it's DK weight, so 266 yards to 100 grams. And I had 2 of these, and in order to get a full t-shirt out of it, I thought I would probably need to stripe it, and I had some Cloudborn Fibers Pima cotton in the pearl colorway left over from a Ranunculus. And I love that Ranunculus. It goes with everything because of that pearly colorway. It just is so good. Well, anyway, I striped it, and my gosh, you guys, this pattern is amazing. I did not get gauge, and I didn't care. I knit this on a size 9 needle, 10 needle. I think a size 9 needle. And I was really happy with the fabric, and I didn't care if it was a little bit oversized. So my tale of woe is, this is 100% cotton. And like Claudia was talking about, she wove her ends in and tied knots because she was afraid that they would come loose. And I thought, you know what? I can throw this thing in the washing machine and dry her. And I had just cleaned the deck, and I had a load of towels in the dryer. And I thought, well, shoot, you're wondering why I'm even talking about cleaning the deck. You'll know. I had a load of towels in the dryer. When I finished, I blocked this like I do all of my woolens, you know, just a little bit of soak in the water and let it lay there for a half an hour or so. I did this one in cool water where I usually do my wool in hot. But I got it out, and I really wanted it to dry quickly, which was stupid because I did this in like 4 days. And there was no need for a hurry, you know. Oh my gosh, look at the color. Oh,
goodness,
I'm so happy with the
gorgeous.
color.
Oh, yeah.
So I threw it in the dryer with the towels. And when I went to get it out, I realized that I had also thrown in 2 cushion covers that had Velcro on them. Wah, wah, wah. Stuck to the front. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of fuzz right here, and I'm afraid to cut it off. So I pulled as much through as I could.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see nobody saw it until I really
No, I didn't
held
notice
up.
it until you.
And it's right under my boobs. So
your boobs
I
will
don't think
shade
it's
it.
gonna, I think it's gonna be like down, and nobody's even gonna notice, you know, because
Right.
the stripes are what draw your
Yeah,
eye.
exactly.
Right.
And then just the overall color. So
That
I
is
think
so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, feel that yarn is just amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So I wish you could get
Wow.
this again. If anybody has those 2 skeins,
Oh,
I
wow.
ended up, because I did the stripes, I didn't need to use the stripes, but I really love the way it looks. So
do
I'm glad I
too.
did.
Yeah, it's
but
cute.
I had more of the yarn left over. I think it was, I had more yarn left over of the hustle color than I even had to begin with of the pearl. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So I could have done the entire t-shirt in 2 skeins. But if you've got any of that, use it. Add some stripes if you want to make it longer. Because like I said, I make mine only like 12 inches. But man, oh man, I can't wait to wear this.
I love how you did the stripes.
I think it
That's
looks really
cute.
sporty.
It
by
does,
adding
it
that.
does.
Did you notice how that little neck is kind of square? It
Yeah.
doesn't
Yes.
seem like it until you add the stripes to it. It almost looks rounded until you add stripes, but now it looks a little bit square. So
So cute.
yeah. So any more finishes, Claudia?
No.
How about you?
No, just the one.
Okay, well I have 2 more finishes
Well,
because
you go, girl.
Yes.
I had already shown you last week. So I finished the staple linen top by Hobbii Locatelli. And I'm calling it a finish, although it's not blocked. But here it is in all its glory. So you can see the line right there is where I blocked it before. And now
Oh, yes.
there's the part that is not blocked yet. But this stuff, when you block it, I swear it looks like it's been ironed. Is that not like glorious? And I was a little bit worried about it being tiny bit gapey, like right here on the sides. But I picked up stitches all the way around, and I picked up 3 out of 4 all the way around until I got to the gapey bit, and then I picked up every other stitch, and that is like the most beautiful finish. So let me get that like really close. All I did was pick up and bind off, and it just is so nice. Nice clean edge. I did not weave my ends in yet because I literally just finished that this morning. I knit the ribbing on the bottom in the size 3 needle that I knit the rest of it in. And when I block it, I think I'm going to block it straight because I held this yarn double. This is, I didn't tell you what yarn I used. This is the Silk City Fibers 100% linen in the colorway Denim, and I bought this on Amazon as well. I couldn't find linen cones anywhere. Like you just can't find those in yarn shops, you know. So I got that on
Yes.
Amazon, and I love it. So I knit this on a size 3 needle. I bound off with a 6, so just a regular bind off. When I say regular bind off, it's knit 1, purl 1 ribbing. And so I knit 1, purl 1 for my bind off as well. But I love this, and I will get it blocked, and then I'll be able to, I hurried so I could take this on the trip. I have a couple different outfits in mind for it, and so, you know, if you don't have something in your wardrobe
You make
that
it.
matches, you just make it. So, yeah.
That's beautiful too.
Right?
It
Yeah.
is.
It's neat to be able to see like the iron part.
Yeah.
It looks like it's iron,
Yeah.
even though it's not.
Yeah.
The blocked part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other part to see how different,
it is. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It really
It really is.
shows.
It's so obvious there. Yeah.
So I didn't need a progress keeper because that's exactly where I was last time. So that has taken a while. I mean, it was on a size 3 needle, and I held that yarn, that linen double. So I guess I should mention that the staple linen top actually has ribbing down the front and the back, and it makes it very open where you'd have to wear a tank underneath of it. And you saw when I put the picture up, that even, Hobbii has a tank underneath of it. Well, my whole idea is if you need a linen top because it's that warm, I don't want a tank.
Right.
So I made it so that I didn't have to, and I just knit around. On the top, I did make a modification. I picked up the stitches, did about 3 rows of ribbing, and bound it off. I think again with a size 6 needle, and but anyway, that's that.
So was the top didn't have in the original pattern not have any ribbing on the top?
I don't know what she had you do. I feel like she said, because Mrs. Terry just knit this too, and she did it exactly to pattern because she's a brand new knitter and she follows patterns, unlike us. I think that when I read that part for her, because she had a question about it, I think it said to pick up the stitches, knit 1 round, and then bind off, which meant that it was going to roll. And linen tends to roll anyway. I don't want anything rolling on this. I just want it to look, very finished and clean.
So when you held it up, it almost looked like the ribbing had like a knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over all the way around, but I don't think it does.
I
right?
think
I think it's just the way the light's coming through.
It is. It's just the way the light. It is clearly. I mean, if you look at it like this, you can see that it's clearly ribbing.
Right.
Knit 1, purl 1, but it's only 2 rows.
Yeah.
Before I bound off, so I just wanted enough where it wasn't going to roll.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't want to make the neck hole any smaller because
Yeah.
it's linen and that's not very stretchy to begin with. So, yeah, highly recommend the pattern.
Good idea.
The way I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's so cute that you could do it in a fluffier yarn, like something in cotton that has more fluff between it, and maybe the ribbing would be okay without having to wear something. Okay, one more finish. So I have another Ranunculus by Midori Hirose, and I'm not going to keep putting the photos up because you saw one at the beginning with this, and I'm going to show you a couple of them. So the one that I'm working right on, or that I just finished, is from Shibui Knits and Reed in the Paloma colorway. So here is the label for that, and of course Shibui is no longer doing yarn, and I held that with BC Garn Allino, and I have the tiniest nubbin of the Allino left, and you can see that there's a color variation in it that is, I don't know, it's kind of peachy and red at the same time. And this is a full skein of of the Shibui Reed. This is how much I had left when I finished. I decided to bind off. I mean, these guys wouldn't even individually, I could not weigh them. When I piled them on top of each other, it said 3 grams. So I think that my scale only goes down to 3 grams. But honestly, I don't think that's 3 grams. I almost feel like it knew something was laying on it, and that was the lowest that it,
I can feel it, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So I wound up this thinking that I was going to need more, and I did not. So I've got this tiny little nubbin just in case I need to swatch when it comes to this. Because I think when they were going out of business, I bought 5 of the Reed. So I love this color. Oh my gosh, it's a really, really good color for me. So I'll be able to use it for something else. So now,
Look at that.
for the Ranunculus. So it's DK weight. Now I did the original pattern because all of my other ranunculi, is that the right word?
Yes.
It seems like it.
Somebody will tell us if not.
Ranunculi sounds perfect. For
All of the
lovable
other
ranunculus.
ranunculus that I have knit were from the original pattern, and so I knew that I liked I've knit, so this is DK gauge, right? Or DK weight because of the fingering and mohair held together. And the pearl color from the Cloudborn is DK weight. So I think all of them so far have been DK weight, and holding the reed together with the BC Garn Allino gave me DK weight. So I didn't want to screw around with the new pattern and try and figure out what my size is, because I know that if I knit that original pattern going down to a size 9 needle with DK, it's going to give me about a 40-ish. So I hurried as fast as I could to get this knit because I plan on wearing this on our trip, and we leave Friday morning. So exciting.
Yes.
But I love this pattern. What I really need is to find another pattern that is this easy, and I may have found that Tolsta by Rebecca Clow may be my other go-to. I do like a round yoke though, guys, not lying. There's something about the way it fits on your shoulders, but I do love, and there's something about, it's a lot easier to do the increase rounds where you're, knit 3, make 1, or blah, 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 all the way around and you're done. In my head, when I'm sitting around talking to people or watching television, than it is to get to your raglan marker and go, oh crap, is this an increase round or not? And the lighting's not always perfect, right? So it's hard to tell sometimes, hard to keep track. Anyway, it's my thing. It's my problem to bear. But I do love this, and I'm excited to have it.
It's gorgeous. I
Yeah.
love the color.
I do too.
Thank you. Yeah, I do too. So that was actually an acquisition. I got the yarn, it showed up, and I started knitting with it. So it had no time to get stale in my stash. The Shibui had been sitting in there for a few months, but the Allino just arrived. So.
Nice.
All right. Do you have some whips?
I do. Surprise, surprise.
I know, right?
So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Cartwright by Jenny Atkinson. And I'm knitting it at a size 49 and using Cascade 220 in 3 different colorways. And I'll show you those here in a minute. But I've made some progress.
Oh my gosh. You have.
I've made progress. So I've got some color work done. It went so fast. I was surprised, It's like, as soon as I got going on it, it just...
That looks really good.
It just flew off my needles.
Oh, that white against that gray just looks so, it's subtle.
It's very soft, yeah.
It's very classy looking.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And then the dark gray against the white really pops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
In the
goodness.
right light, you can really see the white against the gray.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of sun, it washes out a little bit, but yeah.
It's beautiful.
I'm loving it. I'm so I do, I think 3 or 4 more pieces of color work, and then I'm on to the
Oh, right.
slip stitches. And so I've shown you this before, but this is the colorway that I decided on. The yellow, bright yellow, lemon is the colorway. And here we go. So I'm excited.
Yes.
So that one's lemon. The other one was lemon.
Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shirt that you're wearing, correct?
No, the one with the cables that come down the center, the Hobbii look.
Oh, the
yes,
other one
yes,
was,
yes. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Lemon is lime.
Yes.
But this is clearly lemon.
And these,
Yes.
this is fingering,
That's right.
and these are 3 of the colors. Can you see those?
Yeah, those are so gorgeous.
And the light gray is the body.
Yes. Love that color too.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'll
It's
tell you
got that
what,
beautiful tonal look to
it
it.
does. And it's
Yeah.
really soft. I can't wait to block it because
Oh,
I think it's
yes.
going to be really it's really going to block out nicely.
Yeah. And there is such a difference between Cascade 220 and Cascade 220 Superwash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
bet.
because remember I knit the Neem from Isabel Kramer in the 220 Superwash.
Oh, right.
And that stuff pills, and it's just not wearing really well.
Oh.
This looks like it's just going to get a halo
Yeah.
and be lovely.
Yeah. I like knitting with it. I do. It's really
That's
nice.
just gorgeous. Nicely done.
So hopefully next time I have more, maybe I'll have the color work finished by then. I don't know. We'll see.
So this part is stranded color work, and the other part is
is
slip
slip
stitch.
stitches.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah, that is so beautiful. Now you're going to have to come up with a scarf to put around so you get that whole look.
that whole
Right. You saw the look
when it was
on
beautiful.
the picture. Yeah.
And she has a new one out, the exact same color work and slip stitches, but it's a V-neck.
Oh, wow. I like the V-neck.
Yeah, I was kind of going, maybe I could. I'm sure I could make it into a V-neck if I wanted.
Wow. Yeah. So you made modifications. Was that knit flat, right? That the pattern was for flat.
Yes, and I am knitting it in the round. I did the math to make sure all the color work was gonna come out even, and it does. So, yeah.
It's gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Janet's sitting over here with a project bag in her lap.
I am. My next whip is I See Spring by Hobbii Locatelli. And I've made progress.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
My
you
goodness,
have.
you sure have.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh,
Here
wow.
it is. And here's what the hem's looking like so far.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's a garter hem.
So now,
And it's just not quite long enough yet for me. So, I don't know. It's really kind of getting there. Plus,
It is getting there, and you might need to block
actually,
it.
it's almost as
it's
if it fits up here, it's almost as long as what you
Right.
have on.
That
and
looks
so
pretty.
it might be the perfect
Pretty
length at this
close.
point. And once it blocks out, because this is the yarn I'm using is Madelinetosh Pashmina in the colorway Cherry, and it's a hand dyed yarn with superwash merino and cashmere. And oh yeah, I put this little marker on here to keep the progress.
So that's where
See
you
how
were last
much.
time you showed?
Yeah, I may have been up a little further. I just kind of was guessing.
That is
Where I
so
ended.
beautiful.
But yeah, and I wasn't sure, like, is this enough? Which I think it probably is. I
Well-
keep trying it on, and then I look. So on this, I decided she has short rows on the bottom, and she makes it longer in the back and a little shorter in the front. And I decided not to do that because I just wanted it to be the same length all the way around. And it looked like a t-shirt. And actually, this does look like it's probably ready to bind off at this point. So
Yeah, you can try that on for us later, and we'll tell you if it looks like it's the right length.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a really
yeah,
good idea.
Yeah.
So then I'll do the finishing around the neckline and do my sleeves. This was another pattern where I did make my sleeve openings a little bit deeper on this because of the last one with the grace notes was a little
Small.
small around my my arms. So yes, I made that a little bigger, and then didn't do the short row part because I just didn't want the length in the front and the back be different.
So is that long sleeved?
And it is long sleeve, yes.
And what size
So-
needle are you using? Is that a 6?
I think it's a 4.
A 4. Oh, wow.
It's
No,
small.
the 4s are green. What is that? Holy moly. I've got my new
Good grief.
glasses and I still can't see it. I don't even know. That's okay. It's not that.
So,
It's a 5. Right in between.
Okay.
I know the greens are 4.
I've been
Or the
using a lot of 4s on projects, so
And
I knew it was pretty.
That felt really loose. I'm going to tighten your other one too. While
Thank
we're
you.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so size 5 needle. And I'm making the size, I think it's 41 3/4 on the size.
So what weight is
So
your yarn?
it's and this is a sport weight.
Oh, sport. Okay, because it didn't look quite DK, but it doesn't look as thin as finger. Although you
Right.
probably could get fingering weight out of that, the way
And
that's
I
stuff.
tell you,
It looks pretty thin when you give it a little tug, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but it's not
Man,
gonna
that- Can you guys see how springy that is?
Yeah,
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
it really is.
Yeah.
it's beautifully soft. So here's what the tag looks like. And this was a yarn that I bought at our local yarn shop, Fiberworks, that went out of business. And so I got a discount on this. I think it was 25 or 30% off on this yarn. So I did buy it because, oh my gosh, it was lovely.
Yeah, it is.
And, you know, I got it for, it was expensive yarn.
Right, right.
And so I got a nice little discount on it, so it was worth it. The other thing that I love about this is I've been doing the helical knitting throughout, and the way the colors, I mean,
It
I
just
don't see, it blends really nicely. Like, I don't see any
Pooling.
pooling going on,
Yeah.
where
It's
there's a
really
lot
good.
of pooling in any color. So,
Yeah, it's pretty.
love that.
Yeah, it's really even. Yeah. Way to go,
So-
Madeline Tosh.
Yeah, I
That's nice.
do recommend that
Yeah.
yarn.
Okay. So I I have a girlfriend who I love to knit for, and it's been a little while since I've made her anything. And I don't know if you remember when I did the Killer Queen cowl for myself some time ago. Susan is a big fan of turquoise and aquas and all those gorgeous colors. So I am doing the Killer Queen cowl by Lyrical Knits for my girlfriend Susan, and I'm going to be knitting on this in Portugal and Spain. So I am using, and I'll go ahead and show one of my acquisitions because this is one of the yarns. It's by Hobbii, and it's Manaya, and the color, it says, is just color 01. I am pretty sure on their website that it has a different name, like an actual name, like turquoise, light turquoises or something. And I am knitting that with the Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmarino, and this is coming across on the screen like it is almost a royal blue, but this is, oh, maybe that's a little better. It is very turquoise. The colorway is Mallard, if that gives you an indication. So here are the two yarns. You can see I wound some off. So this cake, as big as that is, I already wound off what I thought I would need. And here are the humble beginnings. So I wanted to get it started so I'm not doing the first bits on an airplane. And of course it starts off with the greeny yellow colors, but That is going to be so beautiful, and I cannot wait to see some of these colors change.
Yeah, that's a fun
So
part.
that is going to
Yeah,
be so
that's
good.
Pretty.
Yeah, and that yarn there is some acrylic in it. It is 65% virgin wool, 35% acrylic, and this is a 200-gram ball that has 558 yards.
Wow.
So the weight of this, does it say? You know what? I started to say I think it's worsted. Okay, so 200 grams, 558, 100 grams would be 280. So that's really, that's pretty
more of
right
a
in the
DK,
DK. That's
yeah.
right in the middle of a DK weight. It's kind of as thick and thin, but man, that Andrea Mowry shift
Oh, the shift, yeah.
cowl, was it the
shift.
Shift, is it
Yes.
the shift?
would
The
be
shifty's the sweater.
so
Okay.
amazing in that. It would work so well because of the long color changes. I mean, you can see that I started out with it's more yellow green, and then this one is more green yellow, and then it goes more into the green blue. And so it's long color changes though. I mean, I've got a long way before I'm going to move into another color, but isn't that so pretty?
Oh, I love it.
So-
I love it. And how do you like this? Because I've got some
The
Baby
baby
Bliss,
Cashmarino?
Baby Cashmarino that
I do like it. I'm not even sure if they make this anymore, but it extra fine merino wool and cashmere because, what else do you use for
Yeah,
a
right.
girlfriend who is clearly knitworthy? I love it. I knit baby Gracie a little sweater out of this when she was first born, and it's like so soft and perfect. The definition, the stitch definition is really, really good. So it's very crisp. If you've got enough for cables, man, that would do
That'd be
really well with
beautiful,
cables,
yeah.
right? But I think
Right.
you could use anything. So I'm thinking that it's going to take about 2, 3, almost 4 skeins of that. So I'm taking 200 yards with me because, we'll be on the trip and I'm not going to want to get only so far and have to stop because won't that just
Or
make us
grams.
nuts?
Is it grams or yards?
Oh, sorry, grams.
Okay.
200, no, wait a minute. There are 200 grams is what I'm taking with me, and 100 grams of the color changing
That should
yarn
be
from
good,
Hobbii.
yeah.
And I think that'll be more than enough because you're actually working on one of those currently,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yeah. But
And
I haven't worked on it for a little while.
Do you remember I don't even remember. I don't know if I even looked at what the requirements were.
Yeah, I don't know. I have 150 because I'm doing worsted, so I have 150 grams of the main color. So
Right.
that's probably 200 will be enough. I
Right,
would
right.
think.
And I knit my first one in Holskarn Super Soft, the color Slow on a cone, and I held it double. So I didn't really weigh how much I actually used. I should have weighed what I wound off so I knew how much I actually used because at this point I'm not really sure, and I've got the other color added with it. So
Yeah.
All right, we need to see.
All right. So I have another one. It's called The Joni by Natasha Hornby. And I am knitting it in Queensland Collections Savannah. And what a beautiful color. I'll tell ya. Oops. But I am making some progress. This
Wow.
is the back.
oh wow.
And I just started on the front. This is the shoulder. I just finished a short rows for the shoulder, the front, left front.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a glorious, glorious sweater. I don't know how it's going to be in the front with all the... There's a large lace panel in the front, and I don't know how loose it's going to be. I'm kind of hoping it won't be too loose, so I don't have to wear a top underneath it, because it'll be pretty warm if I do.
Yeah, darn it.
Yeah, but here's a picture of the yarn label. I think that looks clear.
I don't know, get that elbow out there and let Janet stays.
Covering Janet. There you go.
That'll do it every time.
Yeah. And the content is, let's see, 66% silk and 34% linen.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be lovely to wear.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. So
Very
that's
elegant.
where I am.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten very far on this, but that's okay. It'll happen.
Oh, you've made quite a bit of progress
you
since
have.
last time.
Yeah.
I mean, you just, last time you only had, it was rolling. It was like only, a
Yeah.
couple inches or so.
That's true. So I made a little progress.
It's really pretty the way she does that shoulder seam
I know.
with the pearl stitches.
Yes.
Pretty.
Yes, I like that. So, yeah. So that's all. No modifications so far. Let's hope it
Accidental
stays.
or otherwise.
Right. Hope it stays that way.
Do you have some more whips?
I have the Rialto Ripples by Irina Anakiva.
Oh my goodness.
Woohoo! You're making some real progress, girl.
Oh, look at the gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got the lace work done and the sleeves on hold, and since the last time I think I just got the sleeves on hold. So I've made some progress here in the body portion.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just loving this.
Mm-hmm.
The yarn that I'm using for this is the Cicero Malabrigo in colorway Dewberry. And
Yeah.
here's what the labels look like. And the other one, which is right here, it's just a little label, and it just got this at the Yarn Festival, so it was just a little label with the Prime Alpaca Natural. And this was Galler Farms Prime Alpaca, so it came in a generous 665 yard skein.
Wow. Yeah, we've had
So-
trouble figuring out what weight that is.
Right. So I would say it's a light DK on that. So
Or sport.
when I did, I mean, it's either a sport, heavy
know,
sport,
right?
or a light DK. I did go down a needle size when I did the lace with the natural alpaca, and then I went back up a needle with the Cicero.
That is just so gorgeous.
So, hoping this will be beautiful.
Oh, it will be.
It already is.
Right?
It's not even done yet.
That's a silly remark.
Oh, that purple is just
Oh my
so,
gosh, it's like a beautiful.
It's very rich looking.
Oh, it is, man. Goodness.
Moly. Okay, so
What do you have going in there?
I have another ranunculus. By
That's what
Midori
she was thinking.
Hirose.
Coy there.
And they haven't seen it yet because
Oh.
I only cast it on again. I'm taking this on the trip because I really, if you're heads down focused, we've got 9 hours at the airport on Friday in Boston on our layover before we actually get on the overseas flight. And we tried and we cannot get any closer connection
Right.
than 9 hours. So we'll be sitting in the Delta Lounge, knitting away and playing cards and drinking and all the things.
Oh, yeah, it'll
So-
be fun.
You will, I'm fun.
If you suspect you're seeing a little bit of bling, you are. So I'm gonna try to show you the yarns. So I just bought this yarn. It is, I don't even know how you say it, CeWeC, C-E-W-E-C. And I can't find any more information on it. It's recycled jeans. Get those elbows out there, girl. And it's as soft as it can be. I think this is 100% cotton. It's made in Italy. Recycled boue mold, which I believe is cotton in Italian. And I'm holding that with two other yarns. This one is Juniper Moon Farm Findley.
Really done?
In the colorway Bittersweet. And then I am holding those two with, I just bought this on Hobbii. It is a tiny, tiny spool. Can you even, oh there, the light is catching it so you can almost see it. It is so, so fine. This tiny little spool has got 1,000 meters in it.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, and I'm making a mess of it because it's in my bag and I've got things tangled. But I'm keeping this in a plastic bag even though it's in a project bag. And this is...
Now the airport's not going to really like that.
that tiny little
Metallic thread. Yeah.
They'll get over
maybe
it.
just take it out and put it on there on top.
Beep, 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 beep.
Well, I don't care. I mean, they can look at it if they want to. They'll be like, ooh, that's pretty. So, so here's how it's knitting up. I wanted to get the short rows done because you know how it is with short rows. If you're trying to have a conversation, that's like almost impossible. And then I couldn't stop there because the short rows were all crowded on my cast on needle. And so I went ahead and did the next rows with the increases so I could fit it on a reasonable needle. And I've tried it on, it fits over my head nicely, and this neck will stretch out pretty good. So feel how soft.
That is, and that
The
those two colors together, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And a little blip of gold.
Really
It's
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, so if I get it done, I'll wear it to dinner one night, and if I don't, then I'll bring it back home. And
I suspect you might have it done in that 9 hours.
in the
I
9
love
hours, you know what'll happen though? Rick and Roger will want to play cards,
Oh,
That's a good idea.
and we're taking cards.
yeah.
So we play euchre, and you know, we love that. But we
Yeah.
also have this other, I think it's called Shanghai Rummy. It takes 3 decks of cards to play, and it is really interesting, and it's always interesting, and it's good with 4 people, or it's good with a group of a whole bunch of people. And if you have more, you just keep adding decks of cards to it. It's difficult to shuffle, you know, because it ends up being this huge stack of cards.
Yeah.
But you can include, you know, larger groups. It'll just be the 4 of us, but you can definitely play that with multiple people. So they'll get tired of sitting and watching us knit. And so they'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, girls, let's play cards.
Right.
And so we'll put our knitting down for a little bit. But yeah, we don't get on the plane till a little bit after 10. And they actually, did you get the email for your meal service?
Roger got one. I didn't get one.
Well, I'm not eating at 10 something at night.
Oh, he is.
Oh, I'm sure. And Rick says, I'm like, well, you know, I think I'm just going to say no. And he goes, well, if you don't tell them no, then there'll be a meal for you. And if you decide that you're hungry, I'm like, at 10 o'clock at night, I would never eat a meal. And you know it's going to be delicious. So once you start, you're going to want to keep eating. And then I'll lay down and be like, oh,
I ate
I'm
too
so
much.
full. Why did I do that? Yeah, I'm not starting a vacation by stuffing myself and ruining my sleep on the first night. But yeah. So what'd you think of that? Isn't that
I
pretty
like
cool,
it. That
yarn?
is so cool because it says it's actually denim jeans, and it's just
It's recycled denim. Yeah.
that is so interesting.
So they must like shred. I don't know how they do it. Shred the jeans and bleach
Dye
it
it,
and make
yeah.
it start over and with it. So this CeWeC was also from Hobbii Yarn. So this and the red yarn that I did the other ranunculus with. And
the Allino, right?
yeah, the Alina. Yes, definitely Alina. Right? Alino. From BC Garn. All came from Hobbii. So that's it for my whips. What you got? You got more whips?
I got one more.
Woo, doggies.
Yes, and I was looking at your sweater there. I go, oh, these would be really good.
It would. That color would be really good under that.
So I'm working on the Corin cardigan by Rebecca Clow. And I'm using the Brown Sheep Synchrony in peacock plumage, and it is. So I'm making some real
beautiful
progress. I know I showed this to you last time, but just making a little bit more progress.
That's gorgeous.
That is
So
going to be
gorgeous.
so cool.
Yeah.
See, look how pretty that would be.
Oh,
with that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the color looks really good.
I think you're making this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a really good girlfriend, I would.
I hope Susan doesn't see it because she'd want one of these too. That is just so pretty.
It's really turning out.
Love
Yeah.
that yarn.
I wasn't sure how this was going to go with this yarn, but it's like, it's so neat.
Oh, it's perfection. It's that yarn is really good for
love
this.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wool cotton blend. Yeah. So hopefully I have some left over. And I wanted to show you this because I saw this on was it Facebook or maybe it was on Instagram. So I showed you the little ball holders last time.
The ones that we call
kettlebells. Well, what they did, if you're knitting flat, is when this works. So you know how you get to one side and you're starting, like say this side, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like way over there. And so you just take your little kettlebell and you just move it all the way down, and now everything's all bunched up.
Oh, and it holds it in place.
And it holds it in place. So, I'm sure it wouldn't work well on everything, but for this, it will.
With flat knitting, yeah, absolutely.
With flat knitting, yeah. Yeah, it works really well.
That's really nice.
So where did you find the bigger ones? Because the clear ones are small.
Yeah, I got this on, and I should have brought the label. Shire something. I'll give you the info.
Send me the link and I'll put it in the show notes because that would be good to know, because we were talking about the little clear ones, how fabulous they were, and you gave me the Etsy shop, so those were in our show notes from episode 20. So if you want to go back and look at that.
And I want to show you something that I did with those on this. These are the smaller version. And so when I had to put these on a holder, I took the needles off because I still needed my needles. And so I put them at the end of the yarn, and then I put a little
a light bulb marker to
light
keep them
bulb to
from
make sure they didn't
sliding.
come off. I mean, they stay there pretty well, but I didn't want to worry about it. So
Right, that cotton yarn.
That's another
would
great
just
idea.
Run,
yeah, so it's another use.
That is a really good.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, those are some great stitch markers.
yeah.
Or not? No.
Yeah.
Needle
And
keepers.
Yeah, needle keepers. There you go. Yeah, works great. So
Yeah, that's
always looking for hints and new ways to do things and things to make it easier for us. So
wow. So I'm sure you have another. I see all kinds of bags down there.
she might be going the rest of the time.
Well,
I'm done.
This is my last whip
Okay.
that I'm going to show today. I'm also working on the Corin, but I haven't made any progress on it, so I'm not even going to show it this time. So this particular one is the Alberta Sunshine by Sandra Buzza. And this is a free pattern out there on Ravelry. And it's very similar to my Rialto rules. So it's funny how I get on these rolls. I'll do a couple V-necks at a time, and then, you know, here I am now with doing a couple things with lace that looks so similar but different.
The original of that is all one color, isn't it?
Right. So the original pattern is all one color. However, I only have 800 yards of this gorgeous yarn here. So I decided I wanted to do the lace in a different color so then I'd have plenty yarn.
Great idea.
So did not want to run out.
That looks really
they
cool, the way
Yeah.
you did that pearl row or whatever, so that you can actually see the opposite color. That looks really neat.
So I've been really loving working on this. I made quite a bit of progress since the last time. I think I had one of the laces.
Yeah, I think you did.
I started on one of the lace
So what's-
sections. So now the sleeves are now on hold, so I'm ready to start working on the body.
That's just beautiful. Didn't we do another one by her? Alberta something. Alberta
Alberta
Sunshine.
Summer?
This is Alberta Sunshine. The other one's called Alberta Summer,
Okay.
which is a lovely pattern as well.
It is, yeah.
And I've made a couple of those that I'll be wearing, I'm sure, on our podcast.
Right.
So this is coming along.
That is.
So I'll probably
really
bring this
pretty.
on our trip now that I'm on the body part.
Right.
So I can just knit on that. And on this, these lovely yarns that I'm using, can't say enough about how much I like them, because I've got a lot of this one still, like 3 more skeins of this gorgeous Amazonite.
Oh, the light
And
color.
it's the pearlescent fingering. That's the colorway, Amazonite. And then it's by Expression Fiber Arts. And the other yarn I'm using is the Resilient Sock. And it is in colorway Laguna. And, they're such
Beautiful.
squishy and lovely yarns. So, love them.
Yeah.
And the combination together is just lovely. This reminds me, this color of this Laguna reminds me of your Killer Queen Cowl.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
it does.
Right. It's
Yeah,
very,
it's very close.
Very
yeah.
similar.
Is that in here? Nope. It's in this other one. I bet they're identical, actually. It sure looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Just
Well, if
slightly.
you run out, I've got some, although mine's DK weight. It might show, but
So yeah, these 2 sweaters, this one and the Rialto Ripples, I'll be working on those on our trip.
yeah. That Amazonite colorway is
It's
just
so
so beautiful.
gorgeous.
And it reminds me, I have got 3 skeins. Was this in a package, like it came with other colors? Or you
No.
bought this one by itself?
I
'cause
bought
it's
it
so
by
good.
itself. Yeah, I just loved it.
I bought something that's called the Wise Old Owl. And it's 3 different colorways that have that same creamy background, that pearlescent background with pops of color in it. I got to get that out.
Yeah.
I run into it every once in a while, and I'm like, oh my god,
It
that's
is
so good.
Yeah,
It's
it is
so
gorgeous.
beautiful.
It's 50% mulberry silk and then 50% of the merino superwash.
Yeah,
And I tell you what, it is a single strand.
yeah, single ply.
It's single
yeah.
ply, yeah. And then this resilient stock is just lovely. It is, you know, it's got a twist, or does it have a twist?
Yes, it does.
It
It's
has a
high
little
twist. That's a high twist, isn't it? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a real
it
high
does.
twist.
High twist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really twisted. That's, I mean, for socks.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
that
it's
resilient
just
sock. You
gorgeous.
need that.
Oh, good idea.
And
Yeah.
holding this yarn, I'm going to hold it up here closer to the camera because honestly, you can see like a blue and a green, like you can see 2 colors here.
Yeah.
And it is so pretty.
Yeah. It's funny, that
So-
one shows more green on the camera, and mine that's almost identical color because it doesn't have the green undertone in it. It shows almost royal blue.
Yes.
Oh, your
So anyway,
your tiny
but
tag dropped somewhere.
beautiful, beautiful yarns.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're on to either dream knits or acquisitions or both.
Or both. Yeah.
Because your acquisitions
It
may
is the
be for
same.
dream
Goes
knits.
into my dream knit.
Right.
Exactly. So I made the daily pullover in the linen quill in fresh pickle, this green color. And I thought, well, I have enough of this left. I could do something. So I got some additional linen quill in a different color because I want to do stripes. And this is called Pink Pop. And man, oh man, that's pretty darn pink.
It is.
But look at these together. I think that's going to be really fun. It took me, at first I was going, oh gosh, I don't know. That's really scary. But now I'm looking at it and I'm really getting excited about it. And the sweater I'm going to do is Dingley Dell by Isabel Kramer. And partly how I got onto that kick is when I was in Reims in France, and we were in the breakfast buffet, and I'm standing there and I see this woman coming towards me. I told this story I think a couple weeks
did,
ago,
yeah.
but in case you didn't hear it. So I see this woman coming towards me and I'm looking at her sweater and I'm like, I wonder if that's a Dingley Dell, and I just keep staring at her. She's walking towards me. And so I asked her, I said, I'm sorry, I've been staring at you, but is that sweater Dingley Dell? And she says, yes, it is. And it was so cute that I just said, maybe that would be a good thing to make with
So
this.
that's nice wide stripes.
Yeah, or you can, I've looked at the projects, you can do narrow stripes.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun, and I might even make it long sleeved. I don't know yet. So
Well, that's what your long sleeved
yeah,
daily pullover is, and you know how wearable that is. So.
absolutely, yeah. So
That'd be
I
great.
think it's going to be really fun
It
together.
is. Now, she did that sporty neckline on hers. Isabel Kramer did on her original, where she cast on in one color and did a couple of rows and then added a row of
Contrast.
whatever her stripe color was.
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
would
do
look
that.
really cool
I'm
in those
definitely
two,
gonna
like
do
right
that.
off the bat in the neck.
Yeah.
And you know what? It won't look hateful.
Oh, that's probably, that's true. This will go with everything.
It's gonna go if it's got pink or turquoise or green, magenta, all the colors. It's gonna look good. Wow.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. So do you have? You've got some yarn there. Is that a new
Right.
acquisition?
So these are dream knits. And seeing Tammi with her Ranunculus by Midori Hirose, she was talking about how if you just have a little bit of yarn and you could do this. So I have 3 skeins of each of these 2 colors. They're both fingering, so I'd hold them together to make my DK. I could make something, and maybe I could even add, I'm thinking about it, maybe even add like a silver
I think you should.
thread like what Tammi has,
Yeah, that would be so
and hold these
great.
2 yarns
Because
together.
that's going to be so marled.
Yeah.
And it's going to be gorgeous, but that silver will just
Oh, yeah, it'll pop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
it'll make it make so much sense.
So this is an alpaca blend with alpaca merino blend, and then this is 100% merino. So holding these 2 together might
So
just
I only
be
had-
really pretty.
I had 4 of the Allino for the Ranunculus, and this is how many yards? Okay, well, heck. Oh, it's only 125 meters per 50 grams. What is that one?
This is 219 yards, which is 200 meters.
Yeah, so you're gonna have way more than enough. You'll be able to make it as long as you want. You know, because I still had that little nubbin left.
Yeah, so maybe with some silver thread would look really pretty to do this, but I need to get started on this right away.
Did you pick up the silver thread yet?
No.
Joann's, I think. I mean, you don't
Okay.
have time to get it from Hobbii unless you could order it and have it shipped to our first hotel in Lisbon. We might save on some shipping by doing it that way.
It might.
Yeah.
The other dream, and the other, one of the reasons, like, watching Tammi with all those gorgeous sweaters, I'm like, you know, I've got, you know, limited quantities of each of these colors, so this might make a really beautiful ranunculus. Plus, I'm using my small needles on making these other sweaters.
And that'll be a size 9.
And this will be a nice size 9.
Yeah.
And so I really want something with a bigger needle. The other yarn that I'm real antsy to start working with is this gorgeous Pearl Soho Lantern. And this is a discontinued yarn, unfortunately. This colorway is horse chestnut, but it is a combination of cotton, and it has that linen wrapped around the cotton. And it is a worsted weight. So the pattern I'm looking at is Lighthouse Cardigan by Brandy Cheyenne Harper. And I saw some gorgeous cardigans made with this yarn. So I definitely want to get this on the needles too. And I think that the size 7 was what they're looking at for this.
Okay,
So
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So that's on my radar to make also.
Wow.
Got a lot of things on my radar.
Yeah. So when Janet made her Pearl Soho purchase, I asked her to get me some more of the good wool. This stuff should be called great wool. This is pretty fabulous. This is the hickory nut colorway. So I had a couple of skeins left over from my drawing sweater that I did a couple months or a few months ago. And this brown is such a good color. I mean, it's almost the color of my hair before it turned gray. But I was looking for a color to pair with it, and wild mustard really caught my eye. So I had her pick up, was it just one skein of this? So I intend to do color work, and it'll be a low contrast, but these two together I think will be just really, really good. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, so I'm still looking. So then, whoa, running out of space here. So on my Hobbii order, I showed the skein of yarn that I'm doing Susan's Killer Queen Cowl in, but here's how this actually comes. And you can see after winding off 100 yards, the difference in size. This is kind of incredible. This colorway is for mine, and this is color 02. Look at those. It's actually, I think, the same colors, but it's marled. These colors are marled with black. And so I'm thinking that I'm either going to hold this with a pale gray, or I'm not even sure. I just think it's so gorgeous that I had to go ahead and get it. And not that I'm on the bling train, but I am kind of on the bling train because I don't know, this isn't even going to come up. I'm going to use your, to shade it. There we go. Can you see that gorgeousness? So this is a lot of, it's called Glitter Deluxe, Go Handmade, and it is 1,800 meters on here. I don't even know how many. That's got to be 2,000 yards, right?
Yeah.
So it is super fine, and I had no idea whether I was going to like the feel of the gold in the thread well enough to use that holding it with something. and I opened the thread first, and I'm like, oh, heck yeah. I'm not even going to open this because until I'm ready to use it, I won't need this for anything for a while. But it's just nice to know that you've got it. And if I held it with this and the color work, even if it's like super low contrast, wouldn't that just be a little bit glorious?
It wouldn't be quite so contrast. It wouldn't be quite so low contrast.
Right.
then.
It would make it have
Blingy.
a purpose. Yeah. And it would still be subtle. So, I mean, I'm not looking for like this big old shine. Although the what was that, the Yume that I did
that
a
was
while
so
back
pretty,
with
yeah.
that cranberry yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Yes, it was.
But that was just, the yarn came that way. That was another Knit Crate yarn. It's in my Ravelry stuff. You can go look that one up. But I just thought that would be kind of fun. And then I did get 5 skeins of the BC Garn Allino in black. So it's just a plain black colorway. And this, I'm just not sure, but I mean, a black linen top, who doesn't want one of those? So I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm really leaning towards maybe the daily pullover, because sometimes you want a long sleeved top in the summertime. That is, I think this black linen, it's gonna look like it was ironed, so it's gonna be elegant and a classic style. And I think some of the details, you know, like that V with that center thing will still show up in black enough, and it'll go with, you know, everything.
Yeah.
So I may do that. I don't know if I've got quite enough, although I have 2 extra skeins and I did the whole, it's a different gauge, so I'm not even sure. We'll have to play around with it. I'll figure it out. More to come. So and I have no dream knitting because I dream about just finishing a lot of the things that I've already got started. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm out of project bags.
Oh my gosh.
Believe it or not, every single bag that I own has something in it. So I need to get cracking on some whips.
Yeah. See, I have a hard time, I think, with maybe more than 3. And I've got 3 now, and so I don't want to put anything else. Well, and I actually have a couple that I haven't worked on that they're more winter range, so I'm not working on them. But
Right.
it's like, I don't know. You guys are we're better at organizing.
Managing all of those.
managing all of them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that one, the Lyra
Oh, yeah.
by Natasha Hornby, that one really needs to get some progress on it. And now that I have that extra skein of yarn, that's kind of important. Right, the
Yeah.
one you picked up for me. Was it the same?
Yeah.
I think it was the same Pearl Soho
Yeah.
purchase. So now I can get cracking on that. And the Orbits
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
by, is that Rachel Ilsley?
I think so.
I think that is just fabulous. And I think I'm like a few inches from finishing the body. I just need to do the sleeves, and that won't take long. So anyway, it's just all those little
I know. I know.
little
yeah.
bits here and there. And then my Corin, my pink cashmere Corin cardigan. Oh, that's a thing of beauty, and that's not going to take long.
And then you just sort of decide you're going to pick up yarn, decide you're going to do that, and you finish it. And it's just like, wow, it's mind-boggling a little bit. Because I have this thing, I always feel like I need to finish something before I start something new.
I
Yeah.
don't feel like that.
Well, and
As soon as I cast something off, suddenly, I get something totally finished, I'm like, okay, I want something else. And even though I have several things going on, I still want to do something else.
Yeah.
So I'm in that mode right now where I really want to start something else, but I want to do something in bigger needles because...
Well, you want to take something on the trip that you can sit and work on, and we can talk, and
you don't want to have to think about it. While
Right. There'll be cocktails, and
Right.
and we'll be tired and from doing things all day. I don't know. I get cast-on-itis, and if I see something or if I see yarn in my stash and I have a urge to knit something, I just do it. I mean,
See, I should do that because I see something, I get excited about it, but I'm like, well, I've got this other stuff, so I can't do it. And then it sits there, and then when I get finished, it's like, oh, I'm on to something else. And
yeah. Is that what you guys do? I don't.
That's what I do.
I kind of feel like that's what most people are, either in my camp where you've got a bunch of whips, but if something catches your eye, it's like bling bling, gotta go do it. But there are also times where
awesome.
I want to start, I want a thing. I want to be wearing a thing. Mm-hmm. And that's and I could not make the Tolsta tee.
That's so cute.
I mean, that is so flipping cute. And
Yeah.
then if you look at the ones that Rebecca has on her website, and that she actually on not her most recent episode of her podcast, the Creabea, but the one prior to that, she was showing, I bet she showed like 6 different versions of it or something.
Right. I think I remember seeing that
Yes.
in the pictures.
Yeah, plus her chesters. Mm-hmm. They had all kinds.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was such a big gauge.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
now
got
I'm
it
like,
done in 4 days.
When you
And
brought that up, I was like, I need to
Yeah,
those
right.
and the thing about stripes too, when you start doing stripes in something, you just want to get to the next stripe, to the next stripe. And then I was so close to being done with the stripes. I'm like, ooh, I just want to get them done.
Yeah.
And yeah, but anyway, let us know, what kind of knitter are you?
Yeah.
Right? Or do you
Yeah.
get cast-on-itis, or have you been immunized? I
I get it. I just resist.
Yeah, maybe you had the immunization.
I don't think it's not working very well because I still want to do it.
I say do it. I mean, if you
I think
want
you're
to.
probably right. I might just have to, but then I'm going to end up with 20 things. Like you said, you run out of project bags.
Well, we have project bags. We've got labels now to put on them, and we can finish. I can get cracking on when we get back. I'll get cracking on sewing those, and we'll have some more. But holy moly! Anyway, are you thirsty? I'm feeling thirsty.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we'll see you at the tasting table.
Okay, so this afternoon we are tasting a Napa Valley 2015 Shiraz from Dariush. And if you've ever been to Napa, that is the coolest winery. It's just it's very Middle Eastern. Has a very Middle Eastern style to it. So when you're walking in, it just has that ambiance to it, and it's really pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
But
gorgeous.
yeah. So anyway, Vivino says the average price is $95, and of course the same features of all of our wines practically, but this is very bold, and it's slightly tannic on the dry side, and kind of in the middle between soft and acidic. Now what we should be tasting is blackberry, dark fruit, plum, maybe oak, vanilla, tobacco. Those are so familiar.
Yeah,
They are.
But it's funny because those are cab flavors and aromas that you would expect in a cab, not necessarily a Syrah.
Right.
And this is very cab-like, in my opinion.
Boy, when I first take that little drink, I get a lot of juice on my front of my tongue. It's
It's very juicy. Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know. Do you consider that fruit forward? It's just it's so juicy.
Yeah.
It almost just makes your taste buds just
Makes them happy.
yeah. It's so good. It makes them happy.
Makes I have happy taste
That
buds.
it does.
Yeah. There was one mention of arugula, which I'm not sure I buy. And one mention
Peppery, maybe.
Well, yeah, that
Peppery.
would be.
yeah.
And I get the peppery.
Yeah, I would say peppery, yeah. So it's fun. Oh, geez, no, I lost it.
Oh well.
Yeah, we got through it anyway.
Yeah, we did. So you can smell and taste all the things that they said. The
Yeah, I
arugula
smell. It's got the tobacco on
Yeah.
the nose, definitely.
and leather. Definitely that leather, that old world kind of leathery smell. But it's not an old world wine,
No,
at all.
it's
But
not.
it's got the same kind of smell
Yeah.
of leather.
I
That's got to come from the
I like it.
Yeah.
The
I would
barrels?
say the oak. Oak and leather, yeah.
Yeah.
But oh,
It's
so
really
good. Very fruit forward, delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That would be
excellent.
good with a steak, like a big, fat, maybe like a ribeye or something.
Definitely.
It could stand up to that.
I think it could stand up to anything.
Right, right.
Pizza.
Right. Even the tomato saucy stuff, yeah.
Yeah, very nicely.
Or a kind of even a spicy sausage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think you'd be good with that as
Yeah.
well. But man,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. And
we've
Sorry, I
all
don't have
been-
any more.
We've all been to Dariouche, right? You've been there
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful,
Oh my
beautiful
gosh,
winery.
it really
Beautiful,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, it really is beautiful.
Well, their
Well,
Shiraz there is some of the best.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we were debating on you say Shiraz. I know I've heard some people say Shiraz and some people say Shiraz. I don't know.
Well, Syrah is what we call it in the U.S., right?
I don't know if it's the same grape. I gotta look that up. I probably should have looked that up first.
Yeah,
you
I
can
think
tell
it's
us.
the same.
We've got people out there who know.
Yeah.
We're not the only ones who like wine.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have
They'll
some
tell us,
info. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Shiraz and the Syrah the same grape? I think it is. I just think that
Yeah.
one is grown here and we call it Syrah, and the other is like an Australian.
Yes, Australia does Shiraz. I know that. Yeah, I'm kind of clueless on that. Sorry.
Well,
And other places.
we
I think.
really like it.
Yeah,
Yes,
we do like
we do.
it. It's some yumminess.
What do other places call it?
Well, I've heard it as Shiraz, and then I hear Syrah here in the U.S.
I think Shiraz might be from the South. Doesn't that sound sweet and buttery? I think it does. I think that just that's a beautiful way to say it, but
Yeah.
it sounds like the Southern
It does sound
draw.
so. Yeah.
So just a reminder, we're going to Rhinebeck, and we really, really want to meet as many of you as we can.
Yes, we
So
do.
let us know in the comments if you're going to be there, because we definitely want to make some plans. That's only a few months away.
I know.
And if you're thinking about going, we want to be able to kind of plan a place. If you've been there before, tell us maybe where a good place is for all of us to kind of get together. Because I think just wandering around and hoping to meet is going to be really hard. Don't you?
Probably.
Yeah.
From what
I
I
mean-
hear, it's a very crowded.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there.
Right.
Yeah.
And this will be our first time going, so we have no knowledge. We are
Right.
going to be at Wool and Folk the day before,
Yeah.
and also is it Cakepalooza? Is that the other one?
Cake, please.
Yeah, so if you're going to be there in one or the other of those places is a good place to meet up, that'd be great as well. I mean, but
Yeah.
we want to make some plans.
Yeah.
We want to meet you in real life.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
I know, it really would. Yeah, it really would.
Because you guys leave such amazing comments, and we
Yeah.
want to put faces with names, and some of them it's just a username that you set up when you created your YouTube account, and that really it's not your name, and we don't even know how to what to call you when we respond to your comments. It's like, hey, we recognize that you've made comments before, but we don't really know what your first name is, so we're sorry.
You're right.
But I guess, do you have something to
I just wanted to add that it'll be 3 weeks till our next podcast.
Right.
Since
Yeah.
we're going to be out of the country for a couple weeks. So plan on 3 weeks. And
Yeah, that's a darn shame.
I'm sure we'll have a finish or two. Hopefully.
I hope so. We've got a long airplane ride on the way home. Heck, I'm worried I'm not going to have enough projects. I really am
Right.
worried because that Ranunculus went so fast. And the Killer Queen cowl's not that big.
Just pack some yarn in your suitcase.
Jeez.
Right. Probably need something else because I'm planning on 3 things.
Oh, God. Oh, now I'll have analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Socks would take a long time. Maybe I could, that would be...
Cables would take a while too.
Yeah, but that cables, I think of like a big, nice, bulky sweater, and that would require a lot of yarn. And we're buying yarn,
Oh, well,
so
there you go.
We found a yarn shop
In Lisbon, Portugal.
in Lisbon, 20 minutes walk away from our hotel. So the first day we get there to stay awake, we're gonna. The guys, Rick said he's willing. He's all in to go take a walk to the yarn shop. So I don't know. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to have it wound for us in case we want to cast something on, and we'll just have to use the patterns on our iPads if we find the right thing.
Yep.
I'm okay with that, right?
Yep. You might even be able to get it printed on the boat.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, they're pretty accommodating.
They are.
If I email this to you, will you print it for me? That would be sweet. So, I guess with that, we'll see you next time. So, in the
Yeah.
meantime, if you can't be with the wine you love, love the wine you're with. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is beautiful.